Farsi, so make sure whatever you say in your native tongue that it's nice. She's the executive director of Bnai Zion Foundation Southeast Region. We've recently met and we are working on several projects together. She was born and raised in Israel, moved to the United States, and is a spiritual leader and really has a heart for a lot of what we're doing in uniting Christians and Jews together. Let us welcome Rabbi Rikki.
Thank you, Pastor. Shalom. Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi yagid tehiltecha. Lord, please open up my lips that my mouth may declare your glory. This is a Jewish prayer that is being said every day around the world. It's kind of funny because Jews like to talk a lot, and I used to wonder, why do they need God's help to open up their lips? And I guess the reason is because the words don't always come out right. When Pastor Mario said to me, Rabbi, keep it short, because we have a lot to do, then I do have to pray to God that He will put the right words in my mouth, so at the end of my 3 minutes, you know exactly why I am here. So I'm first here to tell you, my extended family, that the Jews in Israel, the Christians in Israel, everybody in Israel need to be here this morning to understand that they're not alone. Amen. They are not alone, but sometimes they do feel alone. When more than 40 nations around Israel all want to make sure that Israel is banished from the map, they feel alone. When they hear the sweet talk of the Iranian that they're really nice people and nothing is going to happen to Israel and it's safe, they get a little scared. And I'm here today to tell you that on December 5th, we have the honor to honor your loved one. Pastor Mario Bnai is going to be our honoree on that night. And I'm here to make sure that each and every person sitting in this room is going to be there at that night. We're going to honor him because he deserves it, because he shows an amazing love to Israel. And on that night, along with him, we'll have a special guest speaker. And I know you know Dr. Robert Stearns. That night is going to be a glorious evening, and it's going to happen in a place that if you've never seen it, it's going to be phenomenal for you to see. It's a place where there is $180 million worth of the most expensive, gorgeous, famous cars from all the James Bond movies, the airplane of the James Bond movies, the tanks, the gorgeous cars, they're all there, right there in the middle, in the most exclusive place. We are going to have an elegant dinner and beautiful, beautiful presentation, and we will honor people that deserve to be honored. And we do that during that night to make sure that the fund that we collect is going to go to a place that is shouting for help, emergency help, which is the hospital in the north of Israel. In this hospital that I just visited a few months ago, I sat on the balcony and I was able to see a most amazing view in front of me. I was able to see all the way across to the border of the Syrian border, the Lebanese border. You can see all the way. The problem is that they can see us too. And we need protection, and this is the only hospital in Israel that yet does not have a sheltered, protected, underground place to take the little babies from the incubator and to put them there when the siren goes off and the nurses and the doctor says, now how do we perform the surgery when the whole hospital is shaking? We need your help. You need to be there at that night, December 5th. and show your support to Pastor Mario Bramnick. He deserves it, and Israel deserves to know they're not alone, and you are going to be there. Please, I pray to see each and every face of yours there. And while I was worried what I'm going to say today, and am I going to be able to reach into your heart, God sent Dottie to me, and she says, without knowing really who I am, she said, you know, I have a love for this land. These are the words that I needed. That's all. That's my entire speech, the love for this land. Because as we sang this morning, lift up your voice from the hill of Zion, salvation comes. Chaverim, my friends, the hills in Zion are asking for your active help, for your show of your support. That night is going to be a night you will never forget. And while we know the people of the cloth are not millionaires working around with James Bond cars, we do our work for God. While the invitations are going to go out there for the world for several $100 per person, only the people who are in this room are going to be able to come that night for just $75, because we want your presence there. You want to show the support for Israel, so that this sheltered, underground shelter for all of the sick soldiers, people, babies, is going to be built by the next several months. And we received somebody who said, no matter what dollar you're going to collect, I will double it up to $2 million so that we can do that. And you will have a legacy that you are part of this gigantic project. Please, God, I hope and pray I will see each and every one of you. Thank you, Pastor, for having me here today.
Thank you so much, Rabbi.